What's going on, guys? Today we are taking a look at the 3 Arms-Microns that came with the Samurai team when I originally bought them. Here we have our Gon, Jin, and Zan. Gon came with Gano, Jin came with Jinbu, and Zan came with Kenzan. All of these guys were very simple to assemble and only took a couple of minutes. Now I'm going to do a little up close and personal with each of them so you can check out the details, but as you can see, because of the way they are molded in this translucent plastic, it's gonna be kind of difficult. Starting off with Gon, he is a repaint of the Arms-Micron that came with Swerve, or Autobot Swerve. That was the repaint / remold of War Breakdown. As you can see, he's going to turn into some kind of buzzsaw thing. Overall, he's my favorite of the group, simply because the translucent red plastic enables you to see the most detail on his robot mode. And his little robot mode is pretty darn cool, if I have to say so myself. The only real posability you're going to get out of this guy are his arms, but that's enough for a little Arms-Micron. Overall, a very solid little dude. Jin here is translucent yellow, and even in my viewfinder, he is very hard to tell if there are any detailings coming up in this shot. I do apologize, guys, but this is the best I can do. The detail is even worse on my iPhone 5S, and that camera is supposed to be the greatest and best camera around. But, yeah. Overall, though, this guy isn't too bad. He is a repaint of another figure. Subtitles on the sides here are going to tell you who is he a repaint of. Overall, it's not a bad little figure. If I could actually see the detailing with even my own naked eyeballs, I would tell you that it's awesome and great, but other than the giant piece of plastic sticking out from his lower abdomen, that's about as much detail as I can get out of him. Still, he's lemon flavored and all. Finally, we have Zan, who is a repaint / recoloring of LP, who comes with a figure that I don't believe has been released yet at the time of this recording. I could be wrong on that. He's a nifty little guy. Assembling him was by far the most annoying because he's clear. He's practically clear, and being able to tell any detailing on him is next to impossible. Why clear? I don't know, blue? Because that would fulfill the red, blue, yellow aesthetic that Japan seems to love with different figures and teams. But anyway, this guy's actually pretty cool. His weapon mode is probably my favorite, but we'll get into that in a second. Overall, robot mode would be cool if I could actually see what he looked like. As I'm sure you've guessed, the transformation for these guys are pretty simple. Start off with Gon and fold his head up. Take his feet and flip them out 90 degrees. Take the saw blade on the back, fold that up. Each one of these guys has a little Autobot symbol on their clear sparky bit, which I approve of greatly, much better than a sticker. So turn it so that the blade is perpendicular to the handle. Bring the arms around and flip the legs out back like that. And here you have his little held saw blade. Now, if you want, you can turn it whichever direction you choose. The directions actually say do it like this, so yeah. Next up is Jin, and Jin's transformation is by far the easiest. Reach around his back and fold up this arrow point, flip out what appear to be the wings, and then flip up the legs onto the hands, and that's it. And out of all of these, this is the mode I like the least. I get it's supposed to be a crossbow, but it looks more like a bird than anything. Doesn't look like much, and I don't really care for the fact that it's a crossbow, because, well, it's not a very good crossbow. Finally, we have Zan. So to start with, take his arms and fold them up over his head to close them up. Take the blade that's obviously sticking off his back and fold that up until you meet resistance. Take his whole abdomen and crotch area and fold that up as far as it'll go. Then flip up the legs. You got this nice little sword that you guys can barely see because it's translucent. Like I said earlier, this one is my favorite. I like this one the most, just because it's a big-ass sword. As you can see, Classics Prime can hold these guys with no problem. I took the launcher, the Jin, and put him on the back to act kind of like a gun. And then the other two are nice little melee weapons. So you've got a nice little range of figures you can play with here. But these guys do have one more trick. The last trick being that these guys can combine into a sword. Now, how are they going to do that? Well, start off with Zahn and drop him into the robot mode, left leg of Jin, like that. And then take Gon and take his one arm and put it in between his legs and his saw blade, and just drop that in there. And take the legs and turn them so that the pegs are pointing out. And yeah, that's the sword. Dark Star Saber, this ain't. Nor is it the Dark Star Caliber. Nor is it any good. This is a really dumb sword, plain and simple. By themselves, each of these little guys are pretty cool. I like them a lot. I just wish they were made of non-translucent plastic so I could actually see some of the details in the figures. But, oh well. I got these guys for free when I bought the sets from the Samurai team. So guys, this has been Spade of the Baltmatrix, taking a look at Transformers Go, Gon, Jin, and Zahn. I like them a lot, and if you can get them, I would. I'll catch you next time.